We finally made it to the battle where we will really get to put our build to the test. We will discuss the build while watching the fight, but make sure you stick around until the end to see all the gear, skills and Paragon board. Duriel will be a worthy opponent, but we are well prepared, considering we wear barely decent gear and are 17 levels lower. We have a plan, and we tested it in the previous fights. If we can't die, and the boss can't heal, no matter how long it takes, we cannot lose. Even at level 83. We will survive the immense poison damage thanks to our 70% poison resist and the most crucial toughness element of our build, the Bone Storm. We discussed a lot about the build in the previous 2 videos, so feel free to check them out for a more complete overview of the build, but we will still discuss a few important points here. First, it's pretty easy to get to 70% poison resist with the Necromancer. We can get resistance to all elements by stacking up intelligence, putting diamonds in our jewelry, sacrificing our skeletons for resists and using the Memento Mori talent in the skill tree. This should provide plenty of resist all, but if you still need more poison resist, you can consider getting some poison resistance on your gear, putting emeralds in your jewelry and using elixirs and incense. Then, our constantly replenishing barrier from the aspect of Shielding Storm will take care of the rest, as long as we keep our Bone Storm up permanently. We keep the Bone Storm up, thanks to the Osseous Gale aspect on our 2-handed weapon, which consumes up to 8 corpses to increase the length of Bone Storm by a whole 20 seconds. The skill then lasts up to 30 seconds, which leaves us with a 30 seconds downtime. This is reduced by some cooldown reduction on our gear if we have any, and the Anticipation Vampiric Power, which provides 20% cooldown reduction on our ultimate skill. Our Abhorrent Decrepify and Lucky Hit chances take care of the rest. There are other alternative ways to reduce the cooldown if you don't have these available to you, or if you simply want to stack some more for safety purposes. One of them discussed in one of our previous video would provide some necessary Bone Storm cooldown reduction as well as very good healing. If you ever get a pair of Flickerstep unique boots, that could also help. Our gloves, the Howl from Below, allow us to use the Blighted Corpse explosions around the small map, so it's not much of a problem when Duriel moves around. We spawn the corpses thanks to a high lucky hit chance and our hued flesh talent in the skill tree. This is a crucial part of the build. Our damage comes from our 925 item power weapon which we got from killing a world boss at world tier 4, and getting as much levels as possible on our corpse explosion skill. You can put 5 points in the skill tree, get 4 more on your pants, and you can get +3 to all corpse skills on your amulet.
I need more time.
Other easy ways to add damage to your build is to boost shadow damage on your Paragon board by leveling up the Darkness glyph. There are other good glyphs for this build, but Darkness is better because it boosts the damage of all your Darkness skills. This applies to your Blighted Corpse explosion, but also to you Bone Storm as you wear the ultimate shadow aspect, which turns Bone Storm into a Darkness skill with additional shadow damage over time. The Conceited aspect also provides additional multiplicative damage as long as you have a barrier, which is all the time. This is pretty much it. Enjoy the rest of the fight against Duriel and don't forget to stick around until the end if you want to see all the gear, skills and Paragon board. Anything you see here that doesn't provide lucky hit, cooldown reduction, damage reductions or damage in some ways, is just negligible. Once again, I did not farm specifically for this build, I simply slapped it all together with what I had in order to beat Duriel as soon as possible. The build is nowhere near perfect, and there is absolutely no need to copy every details. As long as you listen to the explanation, you will understand the important points and will be able to build your own based on that. If you paid attention, you might notice I changed something in the build from the previous videos. Can you spot it? It just dropped and presented me with the opportunity to deal a ton more damage, so I took it. Put it in the comments if you figure it out. Hoping you enjoyed the fight against Duriel at level 83. See you around in Sanctuary.